Here we go. Have you ever thought to yourself, hey man, should I be doing a battle belt or should I be doing a chest rig? I have, and that brings us to today and this video. So I have both of them that we'll talk through, and then I have ran them both, and then we'll kind of go over I'll go over the setup, and then we'll go over some discoveries I have and which you should be doing. So that being said, welcome to the channel. My name is Tom Davis, and this is Red 4 Reviews. So let's go over our belt first, since that is how we're doing this, is battle belt versus chest rig. So for my battle belt, this is Tasmanian Tiger, and I picked this belt up on the way to Ghost Ring Tactical, just because I was wanting to try it. And then I'm looking to see, hadn't really seen, it was just whatever shop I was at in Albuquerque, because I put it off long enough, and I was like, hey, let me get something. Germany. These are made in Germany, so not bad. Something they in here, you can run it as with an inner belt. It does have the Velcro. Um, there's 3 of them little tabs on there that you can take off, or this material is supposed to just kind of hold it in place for you. It is not very padded, and it does have like the belt inside of it that you can take out. So I have that, and then I already had, these are high-speed gear, the mag pouches. Don't be judging me because I haven't tightened up all the the elastic on it. These ones I happen to like quite a bit, and I think we'll probably see a separate video on these at some point. But they are, you can use them for your AR mags. I think you can probably use them for your AK mags, and then I also use them for my 308 magazines. So little pretty versatile there. But they hooked on, and it's the same thing with my pistol pouches there. And then for the pistol, now when I ran it out at Ghost Ring, all I had on over it, or I had the pistol holster, was an Uncle Mike's paddle type deal. But now what I put on it, this is a Safariland attacher, and then Fire in the Hole holster is what I have, and the Fire in the Hole is out of McMinnville at Foghouse Firearms. The owner there, Joshua, makes those. So I have all that on there. And then I also have the Tasmanian Tiger little pouch for the back, and then that's what I have for that. And it's kind of, the setup is this actually, and then I started setting that pouch for my medical stuff, and I'm really keeping it kind of streamlined as much as I can. I will probably, as I get a sheath set up for my knife to put on the pistol side in front of my holster, it'll go there. So I'm still working on the sheath for the knife that I want to put on there. So, and then this goes into my SOE bag, and then it goes in the truck, just as kind of my angry bag, hate sack, whatever you want to call it. But this stuff goes in there just so it's not laying around loose. And that is that. And I prefer running a battle belt. And then what I'll do is I'll set up, and I'm going to talk about my chest rig, and that's a secondary if I have time. But you see I've got the 2 magazines on this for the rifle and 2 magazines for the pistol. And this particular mag pouch is set up like that. It's already got the 2, so it comes on. You hook it on there, and there you go. So kind of like this one. In fact, just like this one has the 2 pouches already for it. So there is my battle belt. The next one I have, and I have actually discovered a little bit of a different thing for this, but so this is my SOE, I think think it actually is the micro rig. If I'm looking at the picture we have on our thumbnail, it's the same thing, and it's got you can hold 4 magazines in this. And what I had started to try and do with this, because I have found I prefer, and I don't think it's going to matter now, but the open top um, pouches for this. And so you can, I've started looking at inserts, and I tried those Mission First Tactile, but it's not going to work. So with these, I think it can be done. I just haven't done it yet because it does have these, the covering pouches. There's Velcro inside, and so you can adjust the links on it. But primarily, I probably won't put too much more effort into this, because what I will then do is I have two mags on my belt. I mean, holy smokes, what am I getting into that I need? How many is that now? 2, 4, 6. A full 7 magazines. You never know. But if I wind up in Zombieland, probably want more. But I mean, I'm already carrying, so that makes 6 plus the one in the mag, 7 magazines should probably get me through the day. But the setup being that as I pull them off the belt, I get a lull or a second, and then they go from my storage, or this is just my carrying. I'm not necessarily trying to fight out of this for emergency reloads or whatever. So it's not. This is not like, hey, I'm in a hurry trying to fix my magazine or change my ammo. So there is that. So that's probably what I will leave this in this configuration. And then this side, has Velcro on it there for your whatever you want to put your little pouches or your morale patches. And then I've taken it out on this and put it mainly on my or put it into my battle belt, but that's first aid. You can whatever licky chewies that that you want to put in that pouch. And then I think I did say this is SOE, and then it has the over the your harness, and then it does have the waistband. And like I said, I have ran this at a class, and the design, I don't believe, and I might have been confused, that's entirely possible, but that's more the designs. You just carry your stuff on this. You can fight out of them. I have, I did it. It's a lot slower. And then also this one has the pouch in here. It comes apart, so you can, I got Ear Pro in there, but you can add, maps or whatever. And then the back does have the Velcro on it, and then it has the placard if you're not using it like this. So this can be put on, Velcroed on top of your body armor, which may, I do have that type of setup, and I've looked at it a little bit where you can run it like that. Now, what I have done with this on my truck, and this Velcro ain't no joke, so it's not going anywhere. So, but what I found with this is that on my truck, the back seat, I have the crew cab, and that back seat, this Velcro will stick on that. So what I do is, I put the seat up, jam that thing on there, and then you can set it down so it's there, it's secured, and it's not seen, or you ride however you're going to roll. But so there is that. So the preferred technique, and like I said, it just depends on how you're trying to roll. At least my thought process and running through what I'm doing. Zombie apocalypse. I'm probably going to want all these mags plus another couple more, and then even before that, let me back up. Is if you're in the process of putting this stuff together, take some classes first and see what other dudes are running, and get quality gear when you do it. So and I've ran for a lot of times, and I'll still run sometimes just magazines stuffed in pockets, for your drills, and even for home defense scenario. If I crap goes crazy in the night, windows break or whatever, chances are it's your rifle, your magazine in there, and your light. Unless you're drilling like that, you're putting, let me get all my stuff on. But if it's it's an immediate now situation, it's probably that rifle with your light on at the magazine in it. You may have a minute to throw a belt on. The chest rig is a little more involved to kind of get on quickly and get into. So it depends on what your scenario is and is you're ramping up and building up. So, if I got the second there, jumping into the belt, and then, rifle, man, like I said, depending, just kind of scenario driven. And then my scenario in the truck, I have, or I'm working towards my Mad Bag. If you look at my other video with the large duffel from SOE, that a little lower profile one I can tote in and out of hotel rooms as I travel. But even at that, the vehicle is a bullet magnet. So ideally, you're grabbing what you want and you're clearing that area, getting away from that vehicle. So the Mad Bag, at the worst case, I grab that, and as I get set up, my ideal setup is going to be my belt in the bottom of the bag and then the rifle on top. And so you can get away from that engagement as quickly as you can, get away from the vehicle, grab that bag and go, get the rifle out. And then as you get, the situation develops, you can either, throw that bag on a shoulder and move some more, get your belt out and put it on. So, different scenarios. It's your world. You set it up how you feel. My world, I'm setting it up how I just talked about. So there we go. So there is that, and then and kind of layer that stuff for different scenarios or different instances, responses, and how much time you have. So there we have it. So you have the Tasmanian Tiger stuff, and I do like the gear so far. And like I said, for just being, and I think it was like $60. I want to say I picked it up for. So time will tell if I got an inexpensive quality piece of gear. My only concern is going to be that plastic buckle there, and depending on how how hard I'm running and training, how long that lasts. So there we go. The SOE gear, I'm sure will probably outlast me, but yeah, again, it comes with how how hard you're running stuff and that sort. So there we go. So at the end of it, there is no verse. It's what your battle belt verse. The chest rig. Do what you got to do. That that works for you. You're the one that has to fight out of it. That's kind of one of the things I struggled with or against in the Army when we started setting up gear. And as you transition to more of what we have going now, from that peacetime into what was a wartime, and then now who knows what's coming up. But when you're in that peacetime mindset, it's like everything's got to be dress right dress. And we went from the LC load carrying equipment with the Alice clips that were horrible to what we have now with the Molly gear and the attachment systems. And those guys a lot of times are like, everything has to be the same because it's like a parade. And so this pouch has to be here, this stuff has to be, which is some stuff I'm okay with, if you're running as a, whatever your unit is, your family, certain items should be pretty standard. First aid kits should be should be kind of standardized as far as placement. And that way, but as far as the gear, the rest of it, the magazines, where you're grabbing stuff from, um, my setup and what I still hold to is you have to fight out of it. So you should be, you should know where it's at. Now, I said you go to an infantry squad, that's more their job to be out shooting and running and gunning and things of that nature. So you may find yourself more likely to be in a situation where you're looking for magazines off a dude than in my scenario. So a lot of it is situation and kind of the scenario you're going into. But for me and mine, I'm like, if I'm in a position where off of if I'm digging magazines off of somebody, it's a bad twisted day, and I'll deal with it then versus trying to have everything set up exactly, uniformity. So like I said, just some carryovers I have from the Army and my particular mission while I was there doing that thing. So there is that. But like I said, at the end of the day, my recommendation is, get quality gear up front. Said me personally, I like the running the belt, just that it's quicker to get in and out of, and then use the chest rig just to carry extra stuff. And I found most classes you go to, or the ones I've been to so far, one in the gun and then two on the belt is going to be plenty for drills you're running out there. Like I said, and then think it forward to whatever your scenario is, zombie apocalypse, whatever your scenario. There you go. So let's do the YouTube things. I hope you're getting something out of this. Drop some comments, your ideas, your thoughts on the stuff. Help the community out, help us grow, and then just in general, um, help me get better for my videos and the stuff I put on here. Drop some comments, share it around, and like, subscribe, hit the notification, all the YouTube things, and there you go. And we get enough, I'll do another one on it, but I think I like this for now. I do owe you for the high speed gear ones, but there it is. That's for another day. So again, I appreciate your time, and until the next one, it is your duty to be well regulated.